Niccolò Machiavelli once wrote, "The promise given was a necessity of the past. The word broken is a necessity of the present." Translation? People don't betray because they're evil. They betray because it's useful. And Machiavelli believed this truth cuts deepest in love. Because in love, we crave loyalty. Yet Machiavelli warned that loyalty lasts only until the moment betrayal is more convenient. So here's the brutal question he'd force you to ask. If everything changed tomorrow, would she still stand by you? Or would she betray you the moment it served her interests? Machiavelli left us a brutal test to find out. And once you see it, you'll never look at relationships the same way again. Every man wants to believe in eternal loyalty. The idea that if she loves you today, she'll love you tomorrow. That her word is iron, her promise unbreakable. But Machiavelli, the man who dissected power like a surgeon, laughed at this fantasy. He believed loyalty is not eternal. It is conditional. It survives only as long as it is useful. He wrote in The Prince, "Men are ungrateful, fickle, liars, deceivers. They shun danger and are greedy for gain." In other words, people don't stay loyal because of some moral virtue. They stay loyal because it benefits them. When the benefit ends, so does the loyalty. Machiavelli didn't see betrayal as rare. He saw it as inevitable. Because human beings, he argued, are ruled not by ideals, but by fear and desire. If loyalty costs too much, people abandon it. If betrayal promises reward, people embrace it. This isn't just politics, it's relationships. Think about it. How many men have built their lives around a woman, only to watch her leave when his power slipped? How many believed in forever, only to discover forever lasted until someone else looked more useful, more exciting, more powerful? Machiavelli would say, "That's not shocking. That's predictable." One of Machiavelli's most ruthless questions was this: is it better to be loved or feared? His answer? It's safer to be feared. Because love is fragile. It's based on feelings which shift like the wind. But fear is rooted in self-interest, and self-interest is constant. Now apply this to relationships. The man who relies only on love makes himself vulnerable. Because love fades when circumstances change. But the man who commands respect, who sets boundaries, who carries strength, Machiavelli would say that woman fears losing him, and that fear anchors her loyalty far deeper than love alone. Love without respect is fragile. Love without fear is weak. So how do you know if she'll betray you? Machiavelli's test is simple. Ask yourself this: if tomorrow I lost everything, money, power, status, would she still stay? If the answer is no, then her loyalty is not to you. It's to your circumstances. And the second test? If tomorrow someone offered her more status, more excitement, more security, would she take it? If the answer is yes, then betrayal is not a possibility. It's only a matter of time. Machiavelli believed this is the true measure of loyalty. Not what she says when times are good, but what she does when times are hard or when temptation whispers. Machiavelli warned princes never to trust words. "Everyone sees what you appear to be," he wrote. "Few experience what you really are." And this applies in love. A woman may swear loyalty in words, but her actions under pressure reveal the truth. When you struggle, does she support you or resent you? When temptation appears, does she resist or rationalize? When your back is against the wall, does she fight beside you, or quietly prepare her exit? Machiavelli would tell you, ignore words, trust patterns, watch actions, because betrayal is never a sudden lightning strike. It is a slow erosion, hidden in small choices, long before the final blow. Here's where Machiavelli gets even darker. He believed relationships are political at their core. Every interaction is a negotiation of power. Every promise is a contract that lasts only as long as both sides benefit. This is why Machiavelli would laugh at the idea of pure love. Because even in love, power is at play. Who needs who more? Who fears losing who? Who is more replaceable? And betrayal, in this cold lens, is simply the moment when the balance of power shifts. Machiavelli wrote about fortuna, fortune, chance, the unpredictable storms of life. He said no man can control fortuna completely, but he can prepare. The true test of loyalty, then, is not in good times. It's when fortuna turns against you, when money dries up, when status collapses, when power slips through your fingers. The question is, when fortune deserts you, does she desert you too? Or does she stand firm, even when loyalty costs her? Machiavelli would say, only then do you know, not before. Here's the brutal part, Machiavelli would add. Men suffer more from betrayal because they cling to illusions. They want to believe love is eternal. They want to believe promises are sacred. They want to believe loyalty is unbreakable. But women, Machiavelli suggested, are often more pragmatic, more tied to reality. They sense instinctively when a man has lost his edge, his power, his command. And when he has, they move on. This isn't cruelty, it's survival. And for Machiavelli, survival always trumps sentiment. Now here's the irony. Machiavelli didn't say betrayal can always be prevented. But he did say, some men make betrayal far less likely. Who are they? The dangerous men, the men who command respect, the men who are not ruled by women's approval, but who rule themselves with iron will. Because women betray when it's easy, when a man is weak, when he has no options, when she senses he depends on her more than she depends on him. But betray the man who is strong, the man who walks away without hesitation, the man whose value is undeniable. That betrayal costs too much. And Machiavelli would say, she thinks twice before crossing him. So what's the lesson? Is Machiavelli telling you to distrust every woman? No, he's telling you to see clearly. Loyalty is not guaranteed. It is earned. And it is tested by circumstance. If you want to know if she'll betray you, don't listen to her words. Don't be blinded by your feelings. Run Machiavelli's brutal test. If you lost it all tomorrow, would she still stay? If someone offered her more tomorrow, would she walk away? The answers will tell you more than 1,000 declarations of love ever could. And if the answers frighten you, good. Because Machiavelli didn't write to comfort men. He wrote to wake them up. Here's Machiavelli's ruthless truth. Everyone is loyal until loyalty costs too much. Everyone is faithful until betrayal is more rewarding. So stop asking, will she betray me? Start asking, have I built myself into the kind of man betrayal would cost too much to commit? Because the man who is weak will be betrayed often. But the man who is strong, respected, feared, unbreakable, will rarely taste betrayal. Not because the world is moral, but because the world is selfish. And as Machiavelli wrote, It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both. So be both. Be loved, yes, but also feared. Carry danger in your presence. Carry strength in your silence. Carry the kind of power that makes betrayal unthinkable. Because in the end, Machiavelli's test is not really about her. It's about you. Will you remain the man she cannot afford to betray? Or will you collapse into the man betrayal devours? That answer is not hers to give. It was always yours. If this hit you, don't stop here. Like the video, share it, subscribe, because the world hides its darkest truths. But here, you'll face them head on.